Why is it so hard to follow your dreams? It takes a lot of guts, I think, even though when you see what other people are doing, to say, no, I'm just gonna do what I think I need to do and move forward that way. If you were to chase your dream, it looks like an exponential curve. For a long time, there's such little movement. But if you're to look at someone else's, it looks like they're just going straight up. We're always comparing. Seeing other people around us making progressions in their career and they're all looking like sunshine and rainbows. You know, they get a house when they're 20, they get a brand new car when they're 21, they have kids and married by 25. You're always looking at this graph, but you don't know the end result of that graph. You're just looking in the detail. Who's to say that they're actually going to be happy when they reach what looks to us like a massive achievement, to them might not be anything like they want to do. There's a scientific expression that kind of explains this really well actually, which is straight, local, curved, global. So what that means is, you know, if you look out at the horizon and it seems straight, but if you zoom out far enough and you realize it's a globe. It's the same with our lives, you know. You have to remember that you're looking at the straight local when actually there's a curved global picture to consider. Bit of a nerdy interpretation, but hey, I'm a nerd. The only thing you can compare yourself to is your past self. You know, I look back to where I was 10 years ago. That's how I measure where I'm going. But that doesn't mean I haven't had times where I wanted to give up, that I found it really hard to follow my dream. People put fear on you. So if you chase your dream, people will worry for you and they will say, oh, you shouldn't do that. Or, you know, have you thought about doing this instead? It's probably mainly because they just care about you and there's an element of concern. And if you do really well at something, they're the first to celebrate, and that's incredible and that's so important to have. But there will be times where things aren't going so well, or there'll be times where you want to make a choice that worries people. When I first went freelance 4 years ago, I was in a well-paying filmmaking job. I had a company car, company laptop, access to good equipment. So to give all that up, to go freelance, it was a big jump. And there were a lot of people who said, are you sure this is the right thing to do? But the reason they're doing it, it's their own fear and they're putting it on you. But it means you have to be all that more resilient and self-determined and, you know, have that inner strength to not give into that fear. It's well placed, it's well intentioned, but actually it can become quite a difficult thing to constantly have to push away. And that's what makes it so hard really, is that we have all these external forces that we're either trying to compare ourselves to or are kind of pushing in on us. Really, there's no secret formula to believing in yourself. There's no secret formula to chasing or achieving your dreams other than sheer resilience in the long road that it takes and finding people around you, building that network around you who believe and support and trust in you. I was very fortunate in my family being so supportive of me trying to do this impossible thing, and I have so many friends who really promote and support what I do. You know, that makes a world of a difference. So if you are surrounded by people who really do push you away from your dreams, I guess you have to understand why and kind of tackle that head on. You know, it doesn't need to be a confrontation, just a conversation. If someone does try and stop you on a regular basis, I guess having that openness and asking, okay, well, why do you think that? Why do you feel that? And just explaining your situation. For me, when I first wanted to go freelance and so many people were saying, why would you want to do that? It was career motivated, it was happiness motivated, it was a sense of control about where I could go. And now looking back, you know, I hate to think where my life would have been if I hadn't made that jump. And yeah, it was scary. Yeah, there have been difficult times, but there's also been exciting times and there's been a real ride, a real life, a real experience. And dreams can change. It's perfectly fine to think you have a dream on one thing and then actually realize you would rather do something else. That's totally normal. And if you don't know what your dream is yet, that's also fine. You know, so many people fear or worry that they should know what is this one thing that they want to do with their life. It's fine not to know. It's just your experience. Everyone's experience is different. You're always going to feel like you are the late one to the party. Whenever you start, you know, I thought I was late when I was 18. I went to uni being the only person on my course not to have ever made a film. But it's never too late. I just can't express that enough. And it's the same here on YouTube. I'm 30 and I'm relatively new. And people will say, oh, it's too late to start YouTube. It's never too late to start a new adventure, to chase your dream, if that's what you want to do. The way I look at it is, you said it was too late 5 years ago, and then there's people who started whatever dream you may have 5 years ago and are probably getting close to that goal now. But that also means that there's someone 5 years ahead of you who's looking at where you are now and thinking, if only I'd started then. So it's never too late. I really believe that. I do really believe that. And any dream is worthwhile. So if you want to do something, find a way and go for it. You don't have to sacrifice everything. You don't have to do it in one massive revolution. I always preach evolution over revolution, small steps over giant leaps, but you'll get there. So yeah, that was all. I know it's a bit of a different video. I just wanted to share those thoughts. So yeah, all right, see you soon.